Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard Weekly Update. My name is James and today I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the past 7 days. We finally have some news on all 4 of the clans this week, and I'll start with the Dark Irregular cards. So first up we have the RRR Grade 1, Vrucalicus. His first skill is auto. When it is retired from Guardian Circle, you may soul charge 1. And his second skill is auto when it is put into your soul due to your card's effect. If it is in your turn, one of your Vanguards gets power plus 10,000 till the end of the turn. If Dark Irregulars are able to soul charge from the drop zone, then being able to frequently use this will be amazing, and definitely worth its RRR status. Dark Irregulars also get a grade 2 Blood Sacrifice Ruthven. His skill is auto rearguard circle. When placed, put up to 1 card from your damage zone or drop zone into your soul. And if it was put from the damage zone, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone face down. If Vrucalicus is in your soul, countercharge 1. This allows you to move any root lost in the damage zone into your soul, which is going to be a really nice bonus. But right now we're not sure how important specific cards in the soul will be for anything that isn't at Vrucalicus. Though I'm sure this card will see some good use in the deck once we get to see more cards. Ghoulish Despoiler is a singular grade 3 with the gift marker and has auto Vanguard Circle when placed, cost counterblast 1, soul charge 2 and put a grade 2 or less card into your hand from your soul. This is a way to get Vrucalicus back into your hand, and then you can guard with him and put him back into the soul through Blood Sacrifice Ruthven. This unit also has auto Vanguard Circle when it attacks a Vanguard. If your soul has 10 or more cards, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and rearguards, and this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the battle. Being able to snipe rearguards every turn is very nice for a singular, and once you get to 10 soul, it's just a free ability. You'll probably always want to ride the VR once we know what it is, but this is a very nice card to get stuck on if you don't draw your VR early. On to Pale Moon, we have Nightmare Doll Alice. She's a RRR grade 3 with the first skill of auto Vanguard Circle. When placed, call up to 1 Workroid from your soul to rearguard circle, and that unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of turn. And she also has the ability auto rearguard circle at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, cost counterblast 1 and soul blast 1, and put this unit into your soul. And call a card other than grade 3 from your soul to rearguard circle. This luckily prevents you from just getting an absurd combo, but is still really good, especially with Accel circles. It's yet again hard to see how good this card will be with the limited cards we've seen so far for the clan. So far, just on its own, it's going to help the deck a lot with combos when we get to see more. We get another Workroid to work with Alice. She is Jumping Jill. She's a RRR grade 2 with auto rearguard circle when placed from soul, cost put one of your other rearguards into your soul, call a card other than grade 2 from soul to rearguard circle in the back row. This works nicely with both Alice's skills. You can't call the new unit to an Accel circle as they are classed as being front row circles, but you can give Jill a fresh booster on place during the battle phase, preferably after you've attacked with Alice. The last card for Pale Moon this week is Sky High Walker, who is a front trigger, but is a nice familiar face. Moving on, we have the first VR of the set, Dueling Dragon ZANBAKU. This is the VR for Murakumo, and has one big skill of act Vanguard Circle once per turn, cost counterblast 1 and soul blast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 card with the Arrestor in its card name, and call it to rearguard circle. Shuffle your deck, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. If right Arrestor and left Arrestor on rearguard circle, your opponent cannot ride a grade 3 or greater from a grade 3 on his or her next ride phase. We'll see both Arrestors in a little bit, but even on his own, ZANBAKU is amazing. Stopping rides is really important in Standard, as it denies you gifts, as well as hurting Imperial Daughter and Dragonic Waterfall a lot, as their skills rely on writing on grade 3s or having grade 3s in the soul. Those 2 decks tend to be quite far up, so this card damaging those is going to be very interesting. This will also hurt Force, as their steady power-ups each turn is what usually gets them the win in the end. It doesn't prevent Ultimate Diosha's superior ride ability, though it will be harder for Dimension Police to reach the 45,000 power without the gifts past the first one. Onto the Arrestors, we have the right Arrestor, who has auto rearguard circle when placed if your Vanguard is Dueling Dragon ZANBAKU and you have another rearguard with the Arrestor in its card name. Cost counterblast 2 and put a card from your hand into the soul. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and that unit cannot stand until your opponent's next stand phase. So used with ZANBAKU's skill, it will essentially lock your opponent's Vanguard for a turn. It does take 3 counterblasts, but it's still very good as it stops one of your opponent's attacks, stops them from getting any triggers that turn, and makes them lose 2 cards because they lose the drive tracks. Unless Murakumo gets some countercharging, you'll only be able to use this really once per game, but it can be such a game changer if your opponent gives you the resources. And we also have Left Arrester, who has a much more simple skill of auto rearguard circle. When it attacks Vanguard, if you have another rearguard with Arrester in its card name, costs Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 5000 power until the end of that battle. He's not overly special, but he does make a 24,000 power attacker on an Axel circle, which can be a big threat, especially if your opponent has lost cards because of Right Arrester. Murakumo also get Twin Swordsman Musashi, who is RR grade 3 with auto Vanguard Circle Rearguard Circle. When it attacks, if you have more rearguards than your opponent, until the end of the battle, this unit gets plus 5000 power, and while your opponent calls Guardians from his or her hand, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time. Compared to ZANBAKU, he doesn't achieve as much, and is mostly there for the attacking pressure on the rearguard circle. But his skill does work on Vanguard Circle and Rearguard Circle at least, so even if you do have to ride him, you still get the gift and the ability. Lastly for this week we have the Shadow Paladins. The ones shown for the week have mostly been trial deck cards, but we did get a little bit of news on Phantom Blast the Dragon. He will be getting a special artwork in the SVR version. This art is from his original SP version back in BT04. It is not clear whether all of the SVRs of Phantom Blast the Dragon will be replaced with this artwork or not, but we will probably get more information closer to the release date. Onto the trial deck cards, we have Witch of Nostrum, Aryan Rod, a grade 1 with 6000 power, unfortunately too high for her sister in the main to fetch her. Her ability is Act Rearguard Circle, costs Soul Blast 1 and rest this unit, and one of your other units gets plus power until the end of the turn. If she's just getting retired anyway, at least she's giving power more than her own before it happens. The one worry is that the soul may get used up very quickly in Shadows, but if Shadows get a card that prevents Sentinels, then this plus 10k is going to make all the difference. Calamity Witch Emma is the Joran of Shadows with auto rearguard circle once per turn. When your card is placed, this unit gets plus 5000 power until the end of turn. Just a nice beat stick, especially if you've retired the unit behind her. Blaster Act is unfortunately just a vanilla grade 2, but he may still have uses if anything specifically looks for blaster cards. Perhaps the Dark Dictator will. We also have Knight of Refusal, Limris, as a great guard for the deck, and Full Bow, who is the starting Vanguard of the deck. Finally, Shadows have their triggers revealed. They have Darkside Trumpeter and Death Feather Eagle as their critical triggers, Howl Owl as the draw trigger, and Abyss Healer is the heal trigger. The only artwork I wish was different is Abyss Healer's, as it seems she's gotten a lot younger and they've tried to make her a lot cuter. It's not bad art, but it takes away from her original identity, if you will. Also, Big Orbit will be hosting a CFV tournament at TCG Con at Stratford-upon-Avon in the UK on August the 18th. As well as a standard and premium tournament for Vanguard, we will also be hosting tournaments for Final Fantasy TCG and Dragon Ball Super TCG on the 18th and the 19th. The link to more information and to buy tickets will be in the description below. Please let me know your feelings on the new cards. We finally got to see a bit more of every clan in this set and some high rarity stuff from clans that aren't just Shadow Paladin. This weekend we will be getting an episode with Murakumo versus Royal Paladins, so it's unclear what new cards we'll get apart from maybe a mini booster card, but hopefully this means the support will be nicely split between the clans again next week. I hope to see you next week when I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the next 7 days. See you then.